Hi guys, here's part 2. Thank you so much for all of your guesses on what you think the book is going to be about. I grabbed this out of Enzo's book supply. I've read it a ton of times to him and it is perfectly Buffalo. Today we are going to be reading, you guessed it, about the chicken wing, and his name is Duffy. This book is by W.S. Mason and it's illustrated by Anna Au. Once upon a time, in the land of sun and snow, a great big wing named Duffy found his way to Buffalo. He came from far away, where he was just too hot and strong. The smaller wings would tease him, shouting, "Duffy, you don't belong." The little wings would laugh, and they all left Duffy out. They wouldn't let him join in the songs that they would shout. So Duffy ran away as fast as anyone could, not knowing at the time he'd end up somewhere that he should. First stop was at the Ralph, cheering loudly for his team, shouting out the shout song. Every moment was a dream. After his team won and Duffy headed out the door, he noticed a lone white cheese container laying sadly on the floor. Duffy asked the cheese if he wanted to join him too. The cheese formed a smile, saying, "Hi, my name is Blue. Are you sure that I should join? I'm not the very best. My other friends are ranch, and I taste different than the rest." Duffy grew a smile and put out his spicy hand. "Stick with me, little Blue, and together we will stand." So off the duo went, together hand in hand, sporting giant smiles, and both were feeling grand. They continued through the city, past the falls and City Hall. They even heard the hockey game with Rick Jenneret on the call. Now I'm pointing to some famous places in Buffalo. Do you recognize them? But on the way to their next stop, Blue noticed Duffy cough. His wingman was getting tired. Duffy's sauce was wearing off. Blue knew he had to act fast before his friend was just a bone. But he also couldn't leave him. Duffy wouldn't last alone. So Blue jumped into action as he gave his lid a pop, and before the big wing fainted, Blue threw cheese on Duffy's top. As Blue's cheese sat on top of Duffy's crispy head, his energy returned and his dizziness had fled. His friend's act of kindness and cheesy sacrifice saved the day for Duffy and cooled off his spicy spice. But little Blue and Duffy were still pretty worn, and they needed to find shelter from an unexpected snowstorm. So they found a tiny place sticking out on Sheridan Drive, and they pounded on the door, seeking safe refuge inside. Duffy's hat of blue had nearly disappeared. He was dry and he was weak, and Blue was full of fear. When suddenly, out of nowhere, a gruff old man stood at the door. He saw poor tired Duffy, almost sauceless, on the floor. The old man picked Duffy up, yelling, "I'm Ron and I'm the boss. You belong in here. what happened to all your sauce? Yes, Ron knew just what to do to give Duffy back his saucy tan. He threw him in a bowl of wings while Duffy thanked the little man. The best part of all was that all the wings were big. They all looked just like Duffy, and none of them were twigs. And when Ron licked his finger to clean off Duffy's sauce, his face turned bright red, and his words were simply lost. He never tasted such a flavor, so bold and different than the rest. He jumped up for joy, shouting, "This hot flavor is the best." Right away, Ron found Duffy and thanked the spicy wing. "I've never had such a flavor, only mild, medium, or this barbecue thing." As Ron praised Spicy Duffy, he made a pledge to change his store. "I'm going to add a new flavor, something I've never done before." "My mild will now be my medium, and my medium will now be hot. I want all my wings like Duffy," and he stirred the flavors in a pot. The other wings raised Duffy, cheering loudly with a roar. But as Duffy flew up high, he saw Blue laying by the door. Duffy used the other wings to fling himself to Blue, and after landing safely, he said, "How could I forget you?" Little Blue was pretty tired, so Duffy put him on his back. And when Ron saw the duo, he asked, "What flavored dipping sauce is that?" Duffy explained they went together, and they were now the best of friends. So Ron agreed to let Blue stay, pairing famously forever until the very end. Warning, medium is hot, medium hot is very hot, and hot is very, very hot. The end. Like I said at the beginning, this is one of my ultimate favorite books. I think it's absolutely adorable. It's totally buffalo. Comment below on this video as to what your favorite chicken wing is. And this is the end of part 2. I will see you next week. And remember, be you, be true, and embrace the weird. See you next time. Bye.